Hey guys, so I wanted to just let you know ahead of time to forgive me. There are parts of this video where I go out of focus. The sound is clear and the message is still clear, but I do go out of focus because I was being lazy and didn't hook up my camera to my monitor, so I went just straight for it. And this camera lens isn't really meant for video in that way unless you keep it on manual focus. I didn't do that, so there are parts of this video where I go in and out of focus for a few seconds at a time, but rather than crop all that footage out, I still feel like this message is powerful and I want you to hear it. So forgive those parts of the video where that happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hey guys, so I'm actually set up here to just do a quick hair tutorial. My hair's not done, my edges ain't laid, got my glasses on, but I felt this in my spirit, so I wanted to sit, well, I'm actually standing, and sort of just kind of talk about sort of where I've been and sort of this new lease on life that I have. And part of the reason that I'm posting this here today is really because I want those of you that actually watch this video, who really are subscribed and engaged in the content I produce, and really anyone who's listening here, is to really hold me accountable, because I've done a couple of lives here in the last few months. I usually end up deleting them because the sound on my phone is jacked up. And so when I do lives on Instagram or Facebook, it sounds okay, but for YouTube, for some reason, it sounds really muffled, and that's because my phone's jacked up. But so rather than do it as a live, I figure I'll just sort of talk about it. So I've done a couple of lives where I have really talked about sort of the space that I'm in mentally, what's been going on with me, and really the desire that I had to sort of move this whole thing, creating content and all that, to the side as a side hustle, great part-time money. But I wanted to just go back to 9-to-5 land. One, because I have some sort of just financial stuff. Let's just be transparent. I need the coins. And two, because I had felt increasingly frustrated with my inability to really sort of do something with this platform. I have sort of the numbers, kind of, but given that I've been here for 6 years, you know, the fact that folks aren't as engaged, and this is going to go somewhere in a positive direction, but just listen to where my thought process has been and sort of what I've been going through. And so I've been really sort of upset with feeling as though folks aren't engaged, they're not liking my content. I'll post really fun and cute videos on YouTube, nobody watch. You know, YouTube, not so much YouTube, I'll be honest. I haven't really been sort of, I've got tons of videos here, but have I been consistent in the last year here? No, not at all. But certainly on Instagram, I really have been sort of trying to be consistent with beauty and fashion videos on Instagram, and they don't get much traction at all, okay? And I get upset, I feel discouraged, I feel not motivated, and I feel absolutely, I have felt, okay, I still kind of feel this way, but I have felt absolutely sort of like not invited to events, not being asked to participate in things, not really being embraced by the natural hair community at all, despite the fact that I've been. So I have just been like, you know what? I don't have the it factor that it requires to sort of build a social media anything. And my whole thing is as those of you that have been following long enough know that I intended 2 years ago to launch, I wanted to do a lipstick line, right? Realized that I didn't have the financial backing to do the lipstick line the way I wanted to. I could have private labeled, but I'm good because so many of the lipsticks that we all buy now are private labeled, and they all sort of have the same sort of formula, and I wanted to do it right. Instead, my plan is to launch a different product. Hopefully, once we get this sort of financial stuff all squared away, I can do that. I'm pushing it further. If I can get it sooner, great. By not the end of 2018, right? All that aside, I was like, well, you know, part of the reason I haven't launched a product is that I've always felt like, you know, I don't have the influence. I can't say that if I tell y'all this product is bomb, that you're all gonna go out and buy it. I have always felt like I never had that sort of Midas touch that other creators or influencers have had. So I've been just talking myself out of doing a lot of things, from doing events to monetizing my brand with my own product, to all kinds of things I've been saying to myself. And by saying this stuff, simultaneously complaining about not being where I feel like I deserve to be. You know, I've often been sort of given, you know, let's be transparent. I've had somewhat of an ego, and I've had so much of an ego because I felt like, why wouldn't I get these opportunities? Here I am. I have a graduate degree in writing. For instance, and I'll just be transparent again. I applied to be a speaker at Blog Her, which is a blogging conference in New York City, and I applied to be a speaker there, was denied. Fine, my application honestly was BS, and I don't really have the connections, but I applied and got denied, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I see the people that they do have going to Blog Her, some of them. I know they've been adding new people, so I'm not sure who's there now, but I saw some of the people, I'm like, A, they probably didn't have the blog traffic that I had in 2017, which was outstanding. They don't have Masters of Fine Arts in Writing. They maybe don't even have journalism degrees. You know, I listed all these reasons why I should be in this position, and I'm not. And rather than sort of look at the time, rather than I look at that as like, something isn't clicking, I just got angry and was like, listen, I'm quitting all of this, I'm putting it, all of these things, you know, running through my mind. But then I had and then in addition to all of that stuff sort of running through my mind, and then on top of these things sort of not panning out, I've had a ton of things that will come up, opportunities that feel like they're going to be the perfect fit to sort of rescue me out of financial trouble, emotional trouble, all of that, to feel like, okay, all of these things that I've been doing, building this platform, connecting, whatever, this is what it's been leading to. So I had a company contact me. It was a local advertising company back in March. They sent me a job description like, hey, we have this opening. I don't know if you're looking for a job, but we think you'd be great to apply. We love what you do on Instagram. We think it'd be great. It's a fashion company. And then I do this phone screen, and the money is good. And I'm like, here it is. Y'all, this was March 30th when they emailed me. And maybe a week later, I had the phone screen. So that's one interview. And then maybe 2 weeks after that, I go in for the in-person interview. I interviewed with 2 people. Felt really positive, felt really good. Then I don't hear from anybody for a month. I emailed the HR person, oh, we're gonna get back to you in a week or 2. A month and change goes by. Then I hear from her, hey, actually, we really like you. We'd love to have you come in, and you're still in the running, whatever. So now I go in again, and this time we get 4 more interviews. So now we've gone from initial inquiry March 30th. Now we're into the second week of May, and I go in for 4. So now we're up to 7 interviews. And I'm like, first of all, the job is right up my alley. It's everything I know. It's content creation. And what's interesting is when they describe the position, I'm thinking to myself, who else are you gonna get who can do this? Get what I'm saying? Who else are you gonna get who knows how to not only create the content, but who understands how to grow on a platform? Have I grown to like 600,000? No. But I also know that it's, especially for a brand, you gotta be strategic. So who are you gonna find that happens to be in Boston, knows the strategy, and can do the work? So I'm telling myself that it has to be a given. Why else would the universe or God, whatever you believe in, place this opportunity in my hand only to snatch it the F away? Only to be strung along for March, well, I mean technically March, April, May, and then I find out, so I had the interview, the former interviews in May. Then they email me like 2 weeks later, like, listen, we absolutely love you. It's between you and one other candidate. Now we think we want to have you do some sort of evaluation. Who knows, child? Who knows? And I'm just like, well, shouldn't I have done this evaluation from jump? Like, make sure I've passed all your tests and then have me interview, because you had me go in and meet the entire team for this assignment. So I think on some level, it's a new position to them. It's a new area for them. They're creatives. They know how to create, but they don't know social media marketing in this space. So I think they just didn't know. You know, even the job description was very vague. So ultimately, I finally find out a week ago, literally a week ago today, that they didn't want me for the job. That this whole idea of getting me evaluated, they just went with another candidate, because that candidate, they said, had better photography skills and could do stop motion. All of this stuff, by the way, my photography skills are what they are because I do so much and I'm by myself. If let me have 8 hours in a day to learn this stuff and kill it, all this time y'all spent interviewing me, I could have been on the job, okay? Because it's funny because I'm gonna actually watch this page or this company to see how they do, because, and this is not even ego, but I'm convinced that they made the wrong call, only because it's gonna take more than beautiful content to grow on a platform. And I'm living proof of that. I have grown to the point where I can grow, but now it's gonna be taking things to a different level and really connecting and really sort of even doing these sort of videos where I'm talking and telling you what's going on. I think it's gonna take us so much more of that to continue to grow and build this thing. And so when I got that email saying thanks but no thanks, like we're good, we just strung you along for 4 months, I was really disappointed because I'm like, why do I keep getting these doors slammed in my face? What is it? And you take it personally, and I have felt like I was devastated. Like devastated is an understatement. I was like, close the blinds, close the lights. I want to check the fuck out on life. But I have, in the last couple of days, really gotten to the place where I've had to own sort of the things that I've done. Own and also accept. So on one level, I'm accepting that, listen, part of it has been my sort of thing, like, I go out and I'm you know, because you follow everybody, right? You follow people, you engage, whatever, who are in your community. And I've been so mad about people who I feel who aren't doing as good of a job. This is ego, right? This person's not doing good of a job. This person just got here and they're killing it. Why not me? That mentality is a recipe for depression, disaster, whatever you want to call it. Because one is, as they always say, what's for you is what's for you. Two is, it kind of keeps you in the same place. It doesn't propel you to move forward. I can cry all day about how things aren't fair. Do I think I'm amazingly talented, articulate, and that I deserve every effing opportunity that should come my way? Absolutely. But I don't make the rules. I didn't design my life. I don't know where any of it's going to end up and how it's supposed to end up and how I'm supposed to arrive there. What I can control is the energy that I put out, the content that I create, and my ability to connect with people. And so I'm behind the scenes making some really, I just had to be real with myself. Like, I got to reclaim. I have been in a like sunken place, depressed, whatever, for 6.5 months. And nothing has changed in my life professionally. I went to 3 different tarot card readers, psychics. They told me all kinds of crap. None of it happened. The last one swore up and down. She said, you're going to get this job. What you're doing right now is not what you're supposed to be doing. All of this. Did any of it happen? No. So I have got to now sort of and I'm saying this about myself, but I'm sharing it with you because I know I'm not the only one who feels upset, stagnant, and let's be honest, entitled. I have felt like I have felt that I have put in my dues and I've done the work and that I should have arrived, okay? And listen, okay? So, you know, but the reality is I haven't arrived. So what am I gonna do? Sit here and lament the fact that I haven't arrived, or am I going to do the work to get to where I wanted and claim it for myself? Not claim it from you watching me, not claim it, but not demand it from you watching me, not demand it from other people. I've got to create whatever I'm going to create 100% based on myself and the work that I do, and stop sitting around waiting to essentially be saved by a brand, by a job, by all of these outside sources. When I have the resources, I have all of the things that I say that I'm so great at, that I'm waiting for other people to recognize, it's time for me to recognize it about myself. And I think that's the way we move forward in life. And I'm really putting this out here because I want y'all to hold me accountable on the days when I like to really express, and those of you that follow me on Instagram know that I put it all on the line when I'm feeling funky and whatever, and I'm going to continue to do that because I think it frees us from feeling like we're alone. If you feel like you're the only one who's in this space of not being happy and not feeling great, whatever, I think it propels you to stay in that place. But when you share with other people and other people are able to relate and connect and say, I'm there too, sis, it allows us to hold on a little bit longer. So that's why I share that stuff. If you watch me on Instagram, whatever, you know that I'm not sharing it because I want you to be sad for me or happy for me. I'm sharing it because I want you, both of us, to sort of have a relationship where we're like, hey girl, this is what's going on with me, and this is, you know. And so to wrap this all up, I'm reclaiming my time in 2018. I have to be positive. I have to push through. And I want y'all to sort of join me on this journey. And I want to see, once I approach this from a place of humility, from a place of wanting to know really what you like, and sort of meeting in the middle. Because as much as you can tell me you love hair content, I may not want to do hair content all day. So I can't, you know, but speaking of hair content, I am going to be creating more hair content pretty regularly. Get my hair did on Tuesday, taking these out, child. So definitely there's going to be more hair content, but I'm saying this in a way to, I'm really posting this video to really hold myself accountable and ask that we all hold each other accountable, because I don't use this platform enough and I don't use it as a way to sort of flaunt me and all. I don't want it to be, I mean, it's my name and all that. I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about us as a community, because some of the goals that I really have, and I've talked about this before, is having retreats every year at my mother-in-law's bed and breakfast on Cape Cod. I'd love to host a retreat there pretty much every fall for as long as I possibly can, even if I got a belly and a baby on my hip, whatever, because I would love to, if the universe and finances allowed for that. I would love to be able to do that, and I'd love to share it with you, but I cannot move in that direction until I have felt that I really have a community of people who watch every single video, who follow every single post, who, like, until I feel like I have that real connection, then I can't do that. But in the meantime, I'm definitely going to move forward with hosting local events. As long as I have a venue, I'm going to host local events here in Massachusetts. I'd love to take them other places, but the expense and all of that involving that can be a lot. So if another brand wants to hop on and do it with me, that'd be great. But in the meantime, I'm really hoping to continue. And those of you, of course, are welcome to come out here. Doing local events, meet and greets, networking, connecting, and really just sharing with my audience more, so that we feel this connection and we hold each other accountable as we look to move forward in life in a really positive and effective space. So I look forward to kind of doing what I say I'm going to do finally, and not being upset about what anyone else has going on, and really focusing on myself and building and creating and connecting with y'all. That's my real goal, is to really feel like I've built a strong tribe. And the only way I can do that is if you guys feel it and you share it and you comment and you share your journeys too. Because I would love to be able to shoot. If y'all lived in the city, we would do these videos together, because I really don't want it to be 100% about me, because I don't have all the answers, child. But all I can do is push forward. So thank you for listening to me babble, and look forward to more content. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, share, tell your friends, child, tell your friends, and follow me on all my other platforms, Instagram, my blog, lisalamo.com, and Facebook. And I look forward to my new lease on life for the rest of 2018.